Hello, it's Deb Helfrich, www.insightsoccur.com, and I've got two tuning forks in my hand. These are medical musical tools. You're probably most familiar with them in tuning pianos. And the two that I have right here with the round bits on the end are weighted forks. And they don't quite make as much noise as they make vibration. They are mechanical tools, like a hammer. Pretty much a hammer. You can see them vibrating as I move them around a little bit. And when I put the two of them, one is 54.81 hertz and the other is 62.64 hertz. The difference, if you're good at subtraction, is 7.83 hertz. If you've done a little bit of basic science lately, you might recognize that as one of the Schumann resonances, the one that is most closely associated with the pulse of the earth. Everything that moves, which movement is a definition of life, creates a vibration of some sort. Movement is vibration. Hertz are one of the metrics we use to talk about frequencies of any kind. Sound healing, which is currently really trending, talks about how we look at the electromagnetic spectrum through the range of 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. That is audible sound. So waves, the light that we're seeing that's keeping me illuminated in this video, also works on hertz. Really, really high hertz, like up in the giga, mega, terahertz is where visible light comes in. But down in a much more humane range of numbers, 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz is audible sound. Most humans, and I've tested mine, I can come in around 29 hertz, got a good lower range, and up around now 14, 15,000 hertz. There's online tools that you can use to test your hearing. Now, why I keep holding these and putting them next to my ears when I strike them and create vibrations is this is a binaural beat. You spend a lot of money paying for electricity, DVDs, apps, to entrain your brain down to theta. 7.83, the Schumann resonance, is also around the alpha brainwave, theta brainwave cusp. Bringing your brain automatically into these states is something you can do with a medical musical tool like a tuning fork. Meditation, mindfulness, everything that everyone is trying to do is to bring your brain down into the range of theta, which is, off the top of my head, 3 to 8 hertz or somewhere in there. Why would you waste money powering 60 hertz electricity up until light spectrums through iPods and Walkmans, if you're a really old woman like me? Why would we need to do that when we mechanically have tools we can put in our hands to create the exact same brainwaves right here by our ears where our brain is? This is the power of sound healing. It's all about brainwave entrainment. And while we think of the pleasure of sound and also occasionally going to pull out a tuning fork that makes sound, but vibration, sound is exactly the same thing. Whether the organs we have of perception of hearing, our ears, our eardrums, the way our brain is wired, can we hear a frequency or not, doesn't really have anything to do with it being a different kind of entity in the world. Sound waves are electromagnetic waves. They exist on the electromagnetic spectrum like nearly everything that is associated with movement. The force of electricity and electromagnetism is movement. There are also two other forces, mechanical and chemical. I'm aware of them. But right now, we're talking about the missing link of bioelectricity, that our very own brains and our very own ears are these fascinating tools of both medical diagnoses and therapeutic interventions. Again, this is all brain work. Perhaps mental health is being in a discordant vibration, certain that that is a truthful statement. Also certain that sound really changes our mental state. We're all thoroughly aware of this. And I'm going to pull this all together. Anything that I have said to you has created a sense in your body that you have problems that can be solved by sound, of which all problems, philosophically, not medical advice, this is a philosophical hypothesis. All human health problems can be addressed by using the electromagnetic spectrum frequency. And my speciality is believing that the lower you come down the electromagnetic spectrum, the more that you are in the territory of do-it-yourself healing. Instead of it just being a placebo effect. What if sound that you can generate with your own hands, near your own ears, around your own body, pressing the vibration into your own skin, is actually the world's original and most powerful placebo tool? That's my hypothesis, and I am seeking an investor to help me bring all of this knowledge to the world. This is an incredibly rare opportunity to be in on what will demolish pharmaceutical healthcare. Again, philosophical hypothesis. But who is thinking like this? We know it doesn't work. We know that actually, we know what we know about Western medicine, and it ain't all that. I know why. Apart from the greed that's inherent in why it doesn't work in America, we can leave most of the theories of biochemistry as they are and see them for what they do, which is affect the backup generator. And biochemistry is our backup generator. Our primary source of electrical functioning is bioelectricity, the life force that powers our brain and our heart in synchrony through a lot of variability, and that we can control with piezoelectricity, which is mechanically generating electricity. Dance does this incredibly well. As we are pounding our feet, especially in biomechanical proper postural states, we generate an enormous amount of energy, sustainable energy. And that energy decreases the caloric needs that we have to power our metabolism. The sun is also a source of bioelectricity. If you are suffering from the overwhelm of the way the world will be changing in every dimension because of the pandemic, mental fitness is simply a tuning fork session away. Probably more than one. In no way, shape, or form, unlike the people who get rid of symptoms. Is this a one and done? This is actually a do-it-yourself strategy, a lifestyle, like exercise, sound balancing, creating more coherence in your overall bandwidth, allowing your spinal cord and your brain to communicate all throughout your body effectively as possible is something you do and improve every single day. All right, that is Deb Helfrich. This has been a real deep dive into some of the foundational aspects of the practicum of well-being philosophy. If you want to find out more, visit me at www.insightsoccur.com. This is Deb Helfrich. Harmony. I was going to say peace, didn't you? I'm saying harmony.